What's up, everybody? Fellavision 38, probably?
38.
That's it.
We're here, folks. We're back and better than ever in a room that we're not normally in, but we did just get yelled at. So here we are in this room. We're going to be talking.
Now.
We're going to be talking. Yeah, for now. We'll see. It might degrade or upgrade. We can't quite tell.
We're heading up.
We're going to be talking about the worst movies of 2024. We're also going to be talking about
fucking you.
P.U.
Honestly, P fucking you.
It stinks. This is my clip, put in the
P.U.
put in the critic and then just put him in the chair.
Yeah. We're also going to be talking about a movie that nearly broke the pod.
Well, actually, 2 movies have nearly broke the pod, and we're going to talk about both.
We're going to end up talking about both, but we're going to do a little movie review at the end of this. We have differing opinions on that one, so that'll be interesting. That's Y2K, folks, so stick around for that. Yeah, I did it. Anyway, before we get started, when you said PU earlier,
Yeah.
It reminded me of the Zesty Baby Cow. Have you seen this?
I probably have. What year did this take place in? Is this in the year
new
2000?
It's a new TikTok.
It's
Have
a
you
new
seen
TikTok?
it, Bryan?
Oh, if it's new, I haven't logged in the app for a couple weeks.
You haven't seen it? He's like, it's obviously fake, but nobody addresses
Baby
that
cow
it's fake.
mowing zesty.
Yeah, sure. Where he's just like,
Such a zesty moo.
like the farmer's like, oh, you found your moo. And the cow's like, moo. Moo. It's very good.
Kind of a genius
Pull that
idea,
shit up. Yeah,
Pull it up.
pull that shit up. That you found your moo. Either.
Oh, you found your moo. Good job. Where'd that come from?
Oh, you didn't get the third one.
Oh, you
Anyway,
found
that's
your
the zesty
moo.
cow.
I mean, that feels authentic to me.
It might be real.
Like
But when you
cows and goats be making some weird ass noises sometimes. I'm the farm guy now. I've been hanging out on farms.
Yeah, you're the farmer finds a wife
They
guy.
are. Yeah. I found
Finger
some weird
line
ass.
ass.
Yeah, I found some weird ass fucking sounds, dude.
Well, anyway,
What would you
your
do
PU
if your
reminded
cow
me of
was
zesty.
zesty, Tharp?
Oh, I mean, I would take that show on the road. Like, I'm bringing that cow on the plane as my service animal. Full on baby cow on the plane.
That clip just reminded me of another clip where there's we don't need to share this one, but there's a yodel competition clip on the internet from a fair that is one of my favorite vids. And it's just like ladies doing all type of yodeling or hollering at their husband.
Damn,
Keith. It's my favorite video.
at this point, there could be like 4 for the fellas yodeling
Yeah.
clips.
Moo.
Yeah, Yodel Kid, remember him?
Yeah, Yodel Kid's still going at it. He's still on the
I know, Mason
county
Ramsey.
fair tour circuit. Check him out.
You guys
Brian-
see this cow with the number 7 on his head?
We can't see
No.
it. We can't see the screen.
Oh wait,
You
yeah,
we see half of your screen.
we're looking at a desktop.
We see half of Wikipedia. We see your chat.
oh,
We see his chat.
there
We see
he
his
is.
chat.
Damn,
Oh,
that is
shit.
a
shit, read the
sick-ass-
chat.
Honestly,
What's that chat right there to the left, dude?
I feel like we
Yeah,
could make a
Zaz.
movie about
Oh, you
7
sent
cow.
it on the.
Like,
Oh, damn! Look at that cow.
it looks
Yeah, dude,
crazy.
Jalen Brown cow.
That is Jalen Brown cow for sure.
Like that seems like I don't know, like a long legs ass movie or something like that. Like
Seven
the 7
cow.
cow comes in and then like shit gets really dark and it's like
Nah, shit gets really
The
dope.
vegan
when
7
Jalen Brown
reboot's
cow.
about to go crazy.
Any movie news before we start talking about the worst movies of 2024?
Other than the cows that
Well, we got the Zesty Moo.
are
we got
weird.
Zesty Moo. We got 7 cow,
We
which
got
is
7
big cow news today. Also, 7 is coming back into theaters and IMAX.
Okay, now see,
that
way to
just
bridge
like
the
straight
fucking
ass-
gap.
See, now we're
dude.
Straight
talking.
ass moo news.
Way to bring it back, dude. What else? What else is out there today in the world?
Tharp, what'd you have? That
We got some
the
headlines
trailer?
here. We're just reading just headlines.
Just headlines on.
Jim Carrey came out of retirement for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 because he needs money.
Classic, fucking weird ass mustache.
I saw
ass.
him on Comedians in Cars. He's making paintings and doing all this shit. It seems like
He probably
Jim
doesn't
Carrey,
need
like
money.
literally also residuals from The Mask should be putting him over the edge.
He probably doesn't need money. That's probably not true. He probably just wanted to be the
needing
good guy.
money is a sliding scale. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
I need money to
Survive.
pay my bookie or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, Jim Carrey probably is like, oh, I have a tax lien, like heavy tax bill this year coming up from buying a couple cars. Like, time to if I put in some work as 2 Eggmen, and also from the trailer I'm seeing he is Eggman twice, so maybe that's a situation where he's getting paid more than once.
It's either be Eggman or get rid of your Maserati.
He's on his Nutty Professor shit in this one.
Also, you don't want to sell your Maserati because you're gonna take a big hit once you drive that sucker off the lot. I use Maserati.
I feel like Jim Carrey works enough that this is probably just a like, if I do this, I can set myself up for future future success,
future
kind of situation,
Illuminati
and not
type event.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other like celebrities that might have like, not recently, because I feel like financial literacy has gone up in the past like 20 years, but like the 90s, like early 2000s, like there were people who were like in dire need, like all the people on The Surreal Life.
Yeah,
remember that show?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Ryan Reynolds could probably never work again, and just his like passive income of owning Mint Mobile and all these other
I don't think he owns that shit. I think he's just like a
he's like a big part. Like he like owns part of the company.
Maybe.
I mean,
they probably give him
1%
in exchange for like marketing.
Yeah, it's like Aviation Gen is popping off. I mean, he could just ride that boat for.
See, yeah, now we're talking. There's also, I did watch a video, speaking of famous people needing money, I forget the name of the basketball player, but there's some video of an older basketball player calling out another older basketball player about how he owes him $10,000. And he's just like, fuck that. Like, says the N-word in it a lot. But he's screaming about it, and he keeps being like, that guy's a fucking bum. Nobody talk to him. If he hits you up, blah, blah, ignore him. He's lying. Just like this crazy. I'll send it.
I mean, dude, it must really suck to be like the last actor or the last athlete to make like a marginal amount of money for what you did that like paved the way for all these people. Like if I was playing fucking football in like the 70s or something like that, and like getting CTE
for nothing
I'm
in exchange.
literally at a shitty car sales job, and I have CTE, and I'm just like, what the fuck was I doing? I was a fucking legend.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing too, is that, I mean, we're taking a weird path right now, but like NFL contracts are structured so that like, obviously there are like, the superstar athletes that get paid. But if you are on a shitty team and you're like an offensive lineman, and just because your team sucks, you don't make it to that second contract, you get cut. Like you spent the entire first 20 years of your life becoming like a 330 pound, like,
that's what I was doing.
Brutalizer.
Yeah.
To basically like get in the way. And then now like it's important to go to college. Is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, shout out.
It's just like make sure you go to class.
Athlete advice corner. Yeah. It's important to go to college.
Don't be slipping on that bachelor's degree. The GED is one thing.
We got to move on from Jim Carrey.
Okay,
money.
all right.
Other
thing, we got the 28 years later trailer dropping.
Yeah,
the movie's completely shot on iPhone 15.
Same with this podcast. These are iPhones, folks.
I mean, honestly, iPhones would be better. But they used an anamorphic adapter to shoot this movie. It kind of looks like just like an epic movie. It doesn't even look like it's shot on an iPhone, which is kind of like almost like a waste to me. I'm like, the last one looked like a DV camera, and like, well, not even the last one. The first one looks like a DV camera. And the new one, it just looks like a fucking sick-ass movie.
Is it meant to look like it's shot on like
no, that's the whole thing, is that they didn't mean for it to, like, Soderbergh makes it look like when he did his, it looked like it was on an iPhone. This one just looks like a movie. That's just like
just being silly.
To be fair, this is like when like, for example, that Olivia Rodrigo music video got shot on an iPhone, but they put it in like a legit like grip, and like it's set up with gear and lenses and stuff like that make it so that it's not just an iPhone shot or whatever. But I mean, this it looks great, and I think it is a cool little like footnote on the movie. I wouldn't if you had told me that, I wouldn't realize it. But
yeah, go ahead and just pull up the part. Oh, Danny Boyle, shout out to the homie. Go ahead and pull up just the part where we got.
It's coming up, and like it's in like
weird freak.
Is it?
It's in like 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
All right.
Your doc is in the way, brother.
So. Alex Garland's back, even though he says he's fucking retiring.
Oh, he's a writer in this.
Well, he's retiring from directing. He's like, I don't want to take the bullshit, and I'm going to do the exact same thing I do otherwise.
People are hyping this up. They're saying that this is going to be like one of the bigger movies of next year.
You were lying about 5 seconds.
In my mind, I did not remember this part.
This is a big part.
Well, the thing and we're getting into it now, but this trailer does the thing where it's like the trailer starts in 5 seconons and then they show the Cillian Murphy thing.
Yeah.
And we missed that. But
Did that
There he is! There he is!
Oh my god, it's
But,
so
like-
funny the way he's raising up.
it's Oppenheimer, dude.
Wait, what's
The
insane
fuck?
is that, like, when I saw this, I was like, Cillian Murphy right there. I didn't think that he would be in this fucking movie.
That's Oppie. Wait, so he's not in the movie? He's
I
just
mean-
as a cameo?
I haven't looked at the cast
You want
list.
to walk?
he
You want a
die in the
fucking
last
B
one or
plot of
something?
the zombie
Do you guys
walking around the
remember
whole time? What the hell are you
28
talking about?
Do you guys remember 28 Months Later?
That wasn't a thing, was it?
It was a thing. I
Did he
don't
die in it? He must have.
Hawkeye is in that movie. From the Marvel
Jeremy
universe.
Renner?
Yeah, Jeremy Renner. He's the lead in it. Cannot remember. It came out in 2008, but I have no idea. I definitely saw it,
guess
and I was pumped on it.
Killian?
28
Cillian?
weeks later is the sequel. There, it doesn't. I'm googling 28 months later. That doesn't happen. That doesn't
okay,
exist.
weeks.
Yeah, I've seen 20.
fuck.
Okay, yeah, motherfucker. I've
28
seen
months
weeks
is
later.
that was my movie. That was a spec script I was writing.
28 weeks later, he must have died up in that.
I think he must have, because I was like, he would have been in that movie. He wasn't
Yeah.
too busy on Peaky Blinders yet.
Shout out to Peaky Blinders, though. That's one of my
But
favorite.
like, what a
shows.
wild ass cameo.
I'm
to
like a
this.
Peaky Blinders kind of guy. I got
That's. I mean,
that could be me.
You could be the guy with the hat. You know, the newsboy.
Dude, hell yeah, with the little blade on it. Slam. All right, what else we got?
I mean,
In the terms of movie news, before we jump into the worst movies of 2024.
Dude, you're doing such a good job building up to the fucking meat and potatoes of the episode. I love it. All
people
right,
are getting fucking
last app.
hyped on this.
Last app before they take the menus away.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen again. Variety is reporting that the Ramones Netflix biopic starring Pete Davidson is in doubt
my
as Johnny
God.
Ramone's estate wins latest legal round.
What? Who's
See,
he
before-
play? Does
He's
he
gotta
play
play
Little
Joey?
He's gotta
pre-pro
play
here.
Joey.
We were talking about this, and I was like, I'm going to save who is in the movie until I announce the headline, and it was worth it for that payoff.
Yeah,
that
I
is
was so
fucking crazy.
surprised.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Who I need to know if he plays Joey or not. If he
He
plays
has
Joey,
to play
that's
Joey
so
because
stupid.
he's tall. None of the rest. None of
He
the
is
other
tall.
Ramones are tall. If they're gonna find somebody taller than
Um,
Pete Davidson, also he's getting all of his tats lasered off.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
there's quite an amount of. Let's say it could be in this article who's playing. I bet it's just him.
It's probably
Yeah,
Joey.
I
yeah.
don't-
Shout out Pete
Long
Davidson.
time
Yeah,
He's not gonna be
Entourage
like,
fans.
"Hey, I want to be Dee Dee." Like,
but that means he's going to sing in the movie, and we're going to hear his voice. Similar
I mean,
to
he
Timmy
hangs with
being Bob
but
Dylan.
he hangs with Machine Gun Kelly, so they're probably hanging out, fucking singing Ramones.
They're probably
songs.
testing out the Ramones tracks.
Yeah.
In the lineage of a Machine Gun Kelly, he was in the
Motley Crue.
what the fuck?
Oh,
Yeah, the Motley
Motley
Crue
Crue movie.
biopic that Netflix
Right.
did. Huge piece of
This was
shit.
Probably, they probably dared each other to do these movies.
He played Tommy Lee, right?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you'll be in the Ramones movie.
I mean, he'll probably be Sid Vicious.
Actually, he would be a
in-
better person to play.
like-
He looks more like Joey Ramone than Pete Davidson does.
Yeah, but
Well, we have this Beatles biopic coming up where we have four
Barry
actors.
Keoghan.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Barry
Pete
Keoghan, Paul
Davidson.
Mescal,
Paul Mescal's in it. Who
Oh,
are
that's sick.
Who else is in it? Is that the two Beatles?
Harris
and-
Dickinson, and Charlie Rowe.
What? That's fucking awesome.
This is
Yeah.
the Beatles movie. I mean, I'm hearing mixed reviews about the Charlie Chalamet Bob Dylan pick. The
Charlie
scores.
Chalamet. Who the fuck is Charlie Chalamet?
Who's that?
New guy?
Timmy. Oh yeah, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, dude. Charlie
yeah.
Chalamet.
You're hearing
Chuck
mixed
Berry.
reviews? I heard it's great.
I'm hearing mixed reviews. This kid, the Rotten Tomato scores are sliding.
Damn. I mean, Bob himself shouted it out. So
I mean, he gave a very vague thing about him playing a version of him in some world.
well, he wouldn't have mentioned
Yeah,
it.
well, he
if it's
signed
fake.
off on it. Obviously, he's going to fucking give.
I mean,
his
he needs
approval in
money
some way.
just like
well, I
Jim
don't think
Carrey
he
does.
did sign off on it because it's the licensing from the book. So he signed off on the book, which had movie rights. He'll probably get some kickback on it, but I don't think he had right of refusal on this.
All right, real quick. Pete Davidson is playing Joey Ramone. Who's playing Dee Dee?
John Hamm plays Marky Ramone. Uh-huh. That picture kind of looks like John Hamm, right? From here.
From here.
What's up with CJ Ramone?
That's my
Just
guy
yeah.
CJ. He looks like what's his name from Michael Rappaport.
Oh my God.
That's just Michael Rappaport.
All right, this clip sucks. If you were going to be in the Ramones, what would your Ramones name be?
What would your Ramones name be?
JP. Motherfucker, that's a great Ramones
I'd be
name.
Tharp Ramone.
That's sick. I was gonna hate on it, but that is cool.
Oh, so your Ramones names are just your names?
What's yours
That's
then?
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. What are you gonna be?
Yeah, Brian Ramone doesn't work. JP Ramone
Brian
works.
Ramone sucks. Giacomo.
Giacomo.
Doesn't work. You're just excited about Luigi Mangione, dude. You're like, yeah, I got to be more Italian.
I'm not excited about that motherfucker at all.
Whoa, dude! You heard it here first.
Big
Brian.
CEO fan over here.
You heard it here
That's
first,
right.
folks. Brian backs
Yeah,
the
that man
CEOs.
had a family.
That's a hot take. Brian says, "Fuck that guy. Let him burn."
Also, you gotta shoot him in the face. You know, can't shoot him
No,
in the
Let's
back.
get him in the back
I'm-
of the head. Trying to.
It's less fuck him more than like he's making the block hut for people who have aspirations to do great things in this world. Let's just say that.
No, he's being an inspiration, dude.
Wow.
Shout out to
That was-
Luigi. You know what, motherfucker? That's right. The Italians handle shit in this country.
True.
You didn't know
true.
that. Now you do. I don't know if you know this.
Wednesday's
but
a weird day in the meme cycle because
Wednesday?
I feel like we're behind on the Luigi stuff
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're too
Yeah.
early on like whatever the next meme is going to be. You
Yeah.
know, like
Something's going to
Trying
happen
to
in this
Minority
case where
Report.
we're going to be talking about
Yeah.
it.
Should we predict what the next what's
Yeah.
happening?
We
Like,
put
what could
all of our-
possibly
All right,
happen
so-
next week?
Here we go. You ready? He's going
we
to be
invested
extradited.
very heavily in Zesty Cow.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's not panning out.
we were ahead of Mudang. We were like, I thought we
We were
might have
ahead
been
of
too
Mudang.
late, and then we were like right in it, and I was very happy with our Mudang.
No, Zesty Cow is already a couple weeks old. That's just something that's been on the mind when you said
Yeah.
PU. But yeah, he's going to be extradited. Here's my prediction by the time this comes out. Extradition happened. He's in New York. Boom. He's yelling more
Jack
shit as
Ruby.
he walks from
Jack
the-
Ruby, bam.
his lawyer is going to continue to say that there's no evidence. He's like, I haven't seen any evidence. I don't know if you saw that, but it's very
Yeah,
funny.
I saw that little clip.
Shout out to Luigi Mangione, dude. I fucking love that guy.
I was actually saying like, what's popping next week because we will already have forgotten the CEO killer by next week.
No, I
like,
don't think so. I
Like
think he's
what
gonna
what
rock
is
the
what is
biz.
in the meme cycle? Like,
Chipotle CEO's next, dude.
I mean, if another CEO dies,
Oh, I love Chipotle. That guy rides with me.
you back him up. He's
Yeah, I'm gonna
raising
jump in front
prices
of that
again.
bullet.
no, but the guac,
Oh, never mind.
the guac can't be extra.
He's raising prices again, dude. Watch your fucking back. Shouldn't say this on YouTube.
Honestly, just shrink the bowl. Give me a little shrinkflation on that Chipotle.
Honestly, yeah, that's fine. You know what? You want to
They're
cut
honestly giving us
costs?
too much food.
Give me a 20% smaller bowl. I won't be pissed about it.
All right, this is Fellavision Economics.
I could use the relief and not need to eat the whole bowl.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
just
saying?
make the bowl a little
a
smaller,
lot of rice.
dumbass. Fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
You don't even have to tell anybody when you do that. You just do it.
Mm.
People will notice.
People
All
will
right.
definitely notice.
You know what? That's enough. We started talking about, we went from Ramones to Chipotle bowls needing to be smaller.
We're just trying to predict the news. What's happening next Tuesday? And guess what? Chipotle bowls are getting smaller.
Yeah, the Jack
so good at
Ruby
this.
to the Lee Harvey Oswald. We got to predict who's going to take out Luigi.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
no one. He's going to fucking live forever, dude.
He's gonna unalive himself when the guards fall asleep.
No, he's not, dude. He's alive forever. Don't speak on Luigi this way. All right, folks. That's it. We've done it. We're breaking it in. We're here at the end of the year of 2024. A pretty bad fucking year for movies, folks. This was not my favorite year. There were some good ones.
We're not talking about the best movies. We're
I
talking about
know.
the worst movies.
Well, yeah, sure. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, it's a fantastic year for bad movies.
That is for this episode, we've got a lot to choose from. We're going to do 3. We're going to do our top 3 or bottom 3, let's call it, our bottom 3 movies of 2024. We've seen some stinkers. We've even reviewed some stinkers on this here podcast. So we're going to go from 3, 2, 1. We're each going to give one. And to kick us off, I'd like Bryan to start us with your number 3 worst movie of 2024.
Oh, baby. So many to choose from. So many episodes. So many hours of my life dedicated to talking about them on this podcast. I'll kick things off with probably the biggest blockbuster of the worst movie pool. Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Ooh.
Coming hot out the
Spicy.
gates, coming right for all the Marvel heads.
Yeah. And as a Marvel head, it brings me no joy to come so hard at this. But I mean, we were talking about the Ryan Reynolds factor earlier in headlines. And, I think a lot of people have had enough of that guy, with all due respect. I was on Mint Mobile for a few
Not
years.
me.
I have a different cell phone plan now, but
No free ads.
No free ads.
Free ads, Mint Mobile, no free ads.
We don't
sometimes
fuck with Mint Mobile anymore.
No. Sometimes I'm a bit weary of like hating on a movie, and I'm not trying to be a negative person in my life, and I want things to be good, so I try not to harp on them. But and sometimes context, like if I see a movie and it's too late or like I'm hungry or something like that, it can affect my viewing.
Absolutely.
And I saw this movie full stomach, 1:00 in the afternoon,
Perfect
right
prime
before
time.
we did the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, primetime movie watching is being at the AMC Times Square by yourself watching
Where
Deadpool.
people are sleeping because they need a rest.
Reprieve from the summer heat.
Yeah. And the scope of this one just really like it made me sick. The callbacks to like things that had happened. It just feels like a sort of Xerox devolved version of like Spider-Man Homecoming, where they saw that and they like basically tested backwards, like how can we recreate sort of like the pop that movie had online, and everything in it feels like just market tested and made for someone that isn't me. But I had a sick feeling watching the movie, and I laughed a few times, but it was not worth the like over 2 hours I dedicated to seeing it. So that's number 3 for me.
For me, I liked that movie. I thought it was fun. I don't have a big expectation I don't fuck with Marvel movies at all, really. So I didn't like it in the terms of like, this is a great movie. I liked it just fine in relation to the rest of that bullshit. It was fine. There was like the IP oversharing bullshit that I'm so done with. All those movies need to cut it out, except for Space Jam. Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going, Space Jam. We need Harry Potter and Space Jam. That's it.
The dread of what's to come is more of my number 3, and that's perfectly symbolized in Deadpool versus Wolverine, which is
that's
my
true.
only note there.
I mean, it wasn't the Eternals for me. I definitely liked it better than that, and Miss Marvel, like those were like real schlock.
Oh yeah, I was surprised that this is your Marvel movie that's on your list,
but
and
I
not
mean,
Madam Web.
But it was we didn't even.
Madam Web was awesome.
Oh,
that is like markedly the worst Marvel movie of the year.
He likes his.
You didn't even see it, bro.
I know. I'm going off of public opinion. I refuse to see that.
No, it's fun. Anyway, I've said enough.
Yeah. All right. So Tharp, bring us in. Give us a good number 3, dude.
Okay, number 3.
A good bad number 3.
Back to Black, the Amy Winehouse Stink Fest. God, that thing.
I'm no Spice Gal.
I'm no Spice Gal.
I didn't see it, but shout out to the homegirl from Industry. She rocks. So the movie's probably good because she fucking kicks ass.
We were with some Winehouse heads in there with Kat and Andy. They were livid walking out. They're like,
pissed about it?
Yeah, they were like, we just watched the documentary. This is what happened. Like, so not only did I walk out and then thought it sucked, then I got told why it sucked. So I'm like, a validation in this like fucking awful suck fest.
What'd you think of that movie, Bryan? You saw it.
I saw it with Tharp, and I remember we had plans to do Girly Vision with Andy and Kat at some point so they could talk about Back to Black. We could just clear out.
Be funny as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the only, I broke my rule at that movie. It was the Eastern Conference Finals, and I had to check my phone.
Oh my God! I wish
there was no one,
like this secret is coming out now. I wish I had seen that.
I refuse to let you talk shit to anybody else. You're checking basketball scores on your phone. How many times did you look?
It was the playoffs, dog. It was game 3.
Okay, yeah, that is.
I only looked for a second.
You went and saw fucking the wrong movie then. I would not have been there.
No, I did. I had. This movie is the reason that I am like not looking forward to any biopic, but especially the Bob Dylan one. I feel like movies like Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man have created this sort of like biopic movie for not your average movie watcher that like really polishes and uses auto-tune and makes these movies like for a general audience that it like kind of lobotomizes the topic.
Yeah.
It's really hard to make a good biopic without doing something
you were
creative.
just telling me earlier how fucking excited you were for the Robbie Williams Ape movie.
Oh my God.
Bryan could not shut up about the Robin Williams Ape movie.
Robbie Williams.
Whatever his name is.
Did
I say Robin?
He said Robin Williams. I was like, that movie, that
movie
biopic, I would watch.
No, Brian texts me every
makes
day,
sense.
every
He's
Monday.
hairy. The monkey's hairy.
Every day he texts me, "Hey man, here's a new update about the Robbie Williams 8 movie," and he gives me like whatever new data. He
Is it
loves that
January
movie.
18th yet? JP, is it January 18th yet?
So
I have
yeah.
my Robbie Williams calendar that I'm just like peeling away the days.
All right, y'all. For my number 3, we got Abigail.
Ugh.
What a fucking stinker, dumbass movie that was.
Oh man.
I hated that stupid shit. This was like not fair to Abigail in the position in which it landed on the year, but this is prime you motherfuckers making
I
me
didn't
go
go to
see
this. I don't even know
stupid
what.
horror movies.
Yeah, why did
Yes,
we
all
didn't
year.
even do an
The
episode on it?
whole
Like it just lasted all year. Like it wasn't just October. Every
It was just the kickoff.
month there was some stupid AMC thrills and chills.
Ooh, I do
Fuck
love a
all
thrills
movie.
and chills.
This movie that we're about to talk about at the end of this is an AMC thrills and chills. But yeah, this one just pissed me off. Like I wanted it to be good. I like bought into the premise. Okay, this is gonna be some stupid ass movie about a little ass girl who's a vampire. Ha ha ha. Let's ride. It just
Yeah.
didn't even tell a story well. It was so annoying. That's it. That's all I have. I don't really have much on this one other than
I mean, how was the
yucky.
Elon Musk guy in that?
Elon Musk
Dude.
guy did kill it.
Did he
Buff
play
Elon
did
Musk?
He, yeah, did he play Elon Musk? Was he like a rich man or something?
No, he was just like a buff guy. He was just
Oh.
like a
he was a buffoon.
he was
He
a
was
classic
buff, all right. He
buffoon.
was a buffoon.
Got it.
Buffoon.
Buff-
Nice job, dude.
Foon.
Yeah, I got
Uh,
Abigail on my
one-
number 3.
The only part of this movie that kept it off my bottom 3, I'm completely in agreement. I thought Dan Stevens was kind of fun in this, but he was also
He's
in
fun.
Cuckoo and did like a kind of the same thing, villain shithead thing.
Yeah.
But the dance scene to Danzig Blood and Tears,
Fire.
was-
Actually, you know what? That is sick.
I was like, this movie's sounding better.
Yeah, that was cool.
the thing about the Blood and Tears thing is that it's literally shot in parallel to create a viral moment based on the exact same thing as the Wednesday TikTok dance.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm getting to listen to Danzig in this terrible movie. This rocks. But then I was like, oh, this is a jaded, we need to add a TikTok song dance part.
Can you
this
believe
movie.
that?
Yeah,
What
and
if-
it
what if-
definitely did not work.
What if
Nobody gave a
Danzig?
fuck.
Yeah, well, like what if Danzig goes viral? That'd be fucking insane.
One of these days.
There's a shot.
One of these days. Wait till Fixed Game goes viral, dude. Shout out to Fixed Game 2025. Anyway, let's move on to number 2 on our list, folks. Bryan, hit us with your number 2.
My number 2 worst movie of 2024 was Drive Away Dolls.
That was on my
that's a Margaret
that was
Qualley
on my
movie?
list until I rechecked my AMC. I really did not like that movie. It showed that Coen brother, I don't remember which one it was, but
Ethan,
they are
I was
not
just
good. They can't do it by themselves. They need to have the gang needs to be together for it to work.
Yeah, that was Margaret Qualley, right? In that Drive Away
Yes.
Dolls? Am I thinking the
Margaret
right movie?
Pedro
Qualley,
Pascal.
and then
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
very
there's
much a
a-
bummer.
the trailer gives you a bunch of names of actors that basically have like little cameos or like smaller roles, and you're basically psyching yourself up to be like, oh, this is a Coen style, like everyone's on board. This is like
Yeah.
a ensemble cast thing. And in reality, it's Margaret Qualley, not Margot. I'm sorry. It's Margaret Qualley doing the most insane accent work you've ever heard for a
Yeah.
character that is just completely shitty and sucks. The other lead, Geraldine Viswanathan,
Viswanathan
she was all
can't
right,
be it,
but-
but that is a fire ass name. Yeah,
bro,
you're
this
Viswanathan,
movie was Viswanathan. I tell you that much.
Yeah.
The reason that this one is on my worst is to Tharp's point, where the like expectation I had coming from like a Coen brother movie, and then like actually seeing this, once again, this isn't a phone etiquette situation, but I had to go to the bathroom at one point, and we were at AMC 34, which, for those unfamiliar, you have to go up like basically like a flight or two of stairs to get to the
Yeah, you have to
bathroom.
go to a
at that
completely different
particular
floor.
theater. And I was taking my time, is all I'm going to say on that. I was basically like, I think it was like, I think I was gone for 20 minutes, and then I came back, and there was a plot about like Matt Damon's character like having his dick like
yeah.
What
like-
about his dick?
cast in ceramics.
Okay, sick.
That
but-
movie sucked.
No, that's cool.
No, it also like it looked like I don't know, it was like made for like Netflix or maybe like a
Yes.
Tubi, maybe.
Real
How dare
Netflix
you
sheen
speak
on that
poorly
one.
Tubi.
But
Tubi heads.
Tubi just needs to get Fellavision movies going on there, and then I'll have some respect
Hell
for
yeah.
it.
Well, speaking of Tubi,
Mhm.
why don't you give us your number 2 worst B movie of 2024?
Worst B movie. I'm gonna go with ISS, even though I missed
Huh.
the first half of it.
I was gonna say your ass wasn't there.
But from what I did see, boy, did that movie suck. And I had a hell of an adventure that seemed better than the movie. So
I thought it was fine. It was like not amazing, but it was fun. It's a fun
The
space movie.
epitome of a January movie. Just
Oh, yeah.
complete nonsense. Like 2 hours of my life I'll never get back. That like wasn't necessarily bad, but just
nobody was satisfied.
completely useless. Yeah,
I missed 45 minutes and then I came in and I was like, what is this?
yeah.
and
What's
I
that
kinda-
movie stand for?
What'd you say?
What does that movie stand for? What's the initials mean?
Hold on. Are you fucking doing a bit right now? Or are you being serious?
What does it mean?
International Space Station.
Oh, I thought it stood for "It Sucked Shit."
I knew you were gonna do it.
I was like, "Dude, this seems like a bit. I don't know. He
I
sounded
feel like I'm
really
getting led
good.
into something. What do I do?
He said, "Oh,
Oh, I thought.
nice job, dude. Nice job." You know what? We could leave it at that. That was a good ender.
Yeah.
For me, number 2, and I think this might be a repeated movie, maybe the only repeated movie in our lists. I gotta go with, and a movie I talked highly of when we saw it, but time has told me Argyle is number 2.
Oh
worst movie
my
of
god! I was gonna
2024.
say, I was
Wow.
like, you were riding for this movie.
Dude, I
It
can't.
has soured.
The reason I thought,
Aged
okay, so
like
this
milk.
morning, I like thought like which is gonna, and almost didn't make my list at all. But I had to put it up against my honorable mention, which I fucking hated. I enjoyed watching Argyle, so I guess it can't be.
Your
Like-
walkout was on cloud 9.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but in terms of it being a movie, if you're just looking at it as like, here's would I recommend anybody ever go see this fucking thing?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Like, no way in hell. Whereas the movie that I absolutely hated might be good for other people, which we'll talk about as my honorable. This movie, I can't recommend to a soul. Like, this movie sucks so bad. It's stupid. If you want to watch a movie that will literally eat your time away and you will get nothing out of it, this is the one. This was such a stupid fucking movie.
I thought the exact same thing walking out of this movie.
Yeah, there's some like set dressing. Like I think that for the dumbest person you might be able to get some. Sorry, Cleo's going off right now. She doesn't like it either.
We can't hear.
The idiot in your life, the ice skating on oil scene might
Yeah.
work, or
Yeah.
like some of the action sequences.
Andy
Seeing
Nicol,
John Cena, it's like jingling keys in front of like a baby's face. It's kind of like that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
The most offensive thing to me is the Beatles song
Oh my
being
God, of course.
put into the movie like retroactively and just
Yeah.
like being part of it, and it's because Apple's involved. It's just fucking gross. This movie's disgusting.
Yeah, it's very
I'm pissed
fucking
off.
stupid. So yeah, that's my number 2. I think maybe we I don't know if one of y'all have it. If do either of y'all have this? You know what? Let's not spoil it. That's my number 2. Let's get into our number 1 for ourselves. What do we got?
Let's go snake draft because I feel like my last movie will segue nicely into the rest of the
Okay, yeah,
podcast.
Okay,
I was like,
yeah,
my-
okay, fine.
Should I say
So-
my number 1? Because it's
No,
just
we're
like-
snaking it. I will
Okay.
go back. So my number 1 worst movie. I changed it.
Oh no!
I just said it was my honorable mention, but fuck that. I'm coming for
This one made you
This
mad.
movie fucking. There's 2 movies. You know what? Fine.
What is
Fine, I'm
happening?
going to leave my list alone. I'm going to leave my list alone for the sake of the conversation. But let me
Jesus
know.
Christ.
I'll let you know that honorable mention is actually number 1 in my heart. We're going with number 1, worst movie of 2024, which led into one of the worst moments of my fucking life. Lisa Frankenstein.
Yes.
Fuck you. That movie sucked shit. Holy fuck, I hated that movie. Let me go over the reasons why. Number 1, things that I was excited about. Cole Sprouse.
Yes.
Things that I was excited about.
Shout
Cole
out.
fucking Sprouse
Yeah.
is in this goddamn movie. Big Daddy Cole Sprouse. Yeah, we're talking Big Daddy. We're talking fucking Cole Sprouse in Riverdale. Love Riverdale.
Yeah.
Never saw Secret Life of Zack and Cody, but it's probably fucking sick. Cole Sprouse.
Track
dude. I was
record
very excited.
holds up.
So shout out to the homie making a movie about being Frankenstein. I was like, this is gonna be cool. It wasn't at all. It fucking sucked ass. It was the worst movie ever. And then I lost my phone in this movie and dropped it under my seat.
Yeah, into your seat.
And I don't know if y'all have ever done that in the recliners of
The AMC signature.
This
joints.
was 34.
I'm going to
though.
pull up the
Not as
video.
bad as-
I'm going to make sure to pull up the video here. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's playing right here.
I dropped my phone, and then unrelated or related, I was in a stressed moment in that period of my life. Quite a stressed moment. I just found out that I have severe carpal tunnel in both my hands. Got to get surgery, yada, yada, yada. I was stressing out the day before. Then this fucking movie popped off, and I was like, why are we doing a movie podcast? Seeing shit like this. Seeing this stupid fucking, now we got to go talk about this fucking movie. And then I woke up the next morning after digging through whatever I dug through to get my phone. After
Yeah, I thought you were gonna
stressing
get.
out.
I thought you were gonna get an STD or something.
I got
like
something.
That. Something.
Shingles, folks, in my fucking eyeball. In my eyeball. The morning after seeing Lisa Frankenstein, from watching that bullshit, I got shingles in my eye. So fuck that movie. That's my number one worst movie. I wanted to replace it just a second ago, but this one sucks more.
I mean that.
Tharp,
This
where are
is
you
the.
at with Lisa?
For me, I didn't think the movie was good, but I did like that it tried to do something a little bit stylish. It kind of had like my boyfriend's back energy.
I thought you were about to say my boyfriend Cole Sprouse.
My boyfriend Cole Sprouse.
My boyfriend's Cole Sprouse. Everything's pretty
Yeah, I'm hard launching him on the pod. But I like the set design. I thought it was like kind of fun, kind of a throwback feel, and I thought it was like, you know,
Good
something
soundtrack.
a little different, which I kind of like. It felt indie, you know, maybe like almost a Heather's vibe. Like it was a little bit like bubblegum and like satirical. So I like that kind of shit, but it just was a little bit too nonsensical for me and didn't land. But it didn't make me livid. So I didn't walk out. I walked out being like, you know, that's a movie, and I was like, I think that somebody's gonna really like this movie. Like I think that it. Unlike
did they?
Argyle,
Teenager.
like there's somebody that Lisa Frankenstein is on their top 10 movies.
Did it? What ranking did this fucker get in IMDb or Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes? Where are we at?
Actually, I think Tharp might be onto something. That there's like a sort of like Tumblr fandom for.
Yeah, I mean,
for friends of
this
ours
and
in the
I Saw the
fucking
TV
2010s.
Glow are probably some people's favorite movie of the year.
All right, it got a 52% in tomato meter, but it also got an 82% popcorn meter.
See?
So
But let me say, on Letterboxd as a 3.4, and that's punching up. And I think that's because like Letterboxd has become a little bit of a hive for people to sort of like review bomb things
it absolutely
and like
is.
leave funny reviews. So I'm definitely more in the like Tharp's camp here, where I thought that there was like some funny moments. I thought Carla Cugino as the mom who like absolutely hates the Lisa girl was like
Yeah.
very funny. And
That was
also
an
Carla
okay
Cugino
part.
is just
Yeah.
hot. But the most depressing thing about this movie was that like at the beginning, there's an animation sequence and it sort of feels like they just didn't have the budget or they forgot to shoot the film for a bit
Yeah.
because they do like a narrated
yeah, it's
origin
so
of being like,
fucking stupid.
this is the creature and this is what his life was. And then they just zoom in and then we're in the real life. It's like there are parts of the movie that are missing. So this part is like not a completed thing. So I'm completely on board with you being like, how much you hated it. It was very funny how much you hated it. I'm
Oh
sorry
my
you have
God.
shingles.
Well, here's the thing. We were like fighting to figure out, not fighting each other, but fighting to find a movie to talk about that week.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why the fuck do we do this?
But
This,
I
all
felt-
these movies suck, including the one we just saw. This sucks.
I mean, if we went back and looked at what was available, I don't think that there was anything available.
That's my point. Why the fuck?
But
Why
I
do
mean,
we do this?
But we were also like, we had seen the trailer a few times, and the Entourage was excited about it.
You got me
Good
excited saying
trailer.
Entourage.
Good trailer, interesting pedigree. Diablo Cody, who did
Yeah,
Jennifer's Body.
That's right.
Zelda Williams, Robin Williams' daughter,
That's
directing
right.
it. There was some interesting
There
things
was
to like
a lot.
latch
It was
There
a
was a
onto.
lot to
letdown
talk
for
about.
me. It
There was a
was a
lot
big
to talk
letdown.
about, but I mean, Diablo Cody. I mean, like that's a reason enough. Jennifer's Body is
Context
a
is
reason
important in
Yeah.
the worst movies thing.
enough.
Yeah.
And I mean, if it came down to it in our list, I mean, Lisa Frankenstein would be at the top of my would possibly rewatch, not on purpose, but
Wow.
but like if I had to, if I was like strapped to a chair and you had to put me like it's like we're putting on one of the.
That's a weird list to make if I'm strapped to a chair.
Lisa Frankenstein on the top of my wood list.
Yeah. So I'm chained to a chair, and then they're like, "All right, the top
You
top
gotta-
4 Fellavision movies. Which one are you rewatching?" And I'm like, Lisa
You're putting this in
Frankenstein.
top 4 for Fellavision.
No, it's not top 4. Like right now, our list right now, I have to
Oh.
rewatch one of the worst movies of the
gun to your
year,
head.
and I would definitely put
Okay, I
this one
see.
as the one I would
That
watch
took
again.
you a second to get that out, but I do.
I'm watching
understand what
Back to
you're saying.
Black, dog.
Oh no!
I get to hang
Yeah,
out
I
with
probably
would
would
not
I get to
sit
hang out with
through that
Marissa
shit
Bella for
again.
2 hours.
Yeah, if I had to waste my life, at least it should look pretty.
Well, I don't know mine yet because I haven't heard your number ones. So Tharp.
Well, I mean, my number one is a little bit of a waste because it's Argyle. I think that was just dog shit bubblegum.
Yeah,
And it was, but I walked out of the theater being like, I literally was the whole time thinking that the movie would get better. I was like, I would do this, I would do that, and I was like, literally just like working through the movie. It was not The Whale for me, where it was like painful.
there's no movie that will be worse than The Whale in the next.
So
decade.
like it wasn't.
We should have
beating me
done this
down.
for that year.
Yeah, no, the Whale is my all time
motherfucker.
Just pain.
I've never been
Olympics.
so baited into seeing a movie in my entire life. Fuck The Whale.
Yeah.
We already talked about Argyle, so maybe we can just talk about The
Dude,
Whale for
talk
a
about
second.
The Whale. Me walking out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
The Whale.
no, but break
I
out,
literally
break-
was
go
ready to
nuts.
like. I haven't walked out of a movie since Charlie Bartlett, which I snuck into one time in Waterford Lakes. But this movie, I was like ready to like show Jane like the phone, and be like, "Do you want to leave? Like we don't have to be here anymore. I know
That-
what happened."
So I was looking over at y'all during this movie a lot to check in. Where the fuck are they in there? It looked to me like everybody was having a good time. Like everybody seemed invested. And I was like, I can't believe this movie is happening. First of all, opens with the strongest scene I've ever seen in any movie.
Best scene of all time.
Let's be clear, it opens so strong. And I was like, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
It is not. It's a chamber fucking drama in a fucking stupid living room with the girl from Stranger Things acting like a dickhead, writing gay on a notebook, which is also funny. So there are some good quality parts about this movie.
You looking over at me, I feel like every time you look back, I must have been like this. And then when I'd pull myself up, I'd be like, and then you'd catch me right there. That would be the only way that I look
Dude,
at it.
his fat ass dies like walking to the door because he can't handle it.
Oh, just
And he just like
Airing
levitates.
up.
Yeah, kind of sick.
there should be an edit where it goes from like him lifting and then he's in Dune 2 and one of those jetpacks.
Yes. All
Very
right.
good
So
edit.
since we already talked about Argyle, we threw a little 2023 worst movie in there. But Brian, hit us with your number 1 worst movie of 2024.
It's Y2K. This
oh
movie-
Get the fuck
my
outta here.
God.
I
That's
knew you were gonna
funny.
say that shit.
So
This movie
spicy.
was terrible. This movie, I hated so much of it.
When did it
I'm
lose
not-
you? When
again,
did it lose you? Because the first 30 minutes
beginning.
is super bad. I mean, or
Yeah.
The thing is that if we're gonna recut Superbad for 2024 tendencies, give me Dee Dee anytime, bro.
Yeah.
Like I think that the comedy of it, I didn't know who it was for, and obviously it's aimed at people my age, or like I don't know if they're just trying to like reverse engineer a movie based on the fact that like 18 to 24-year-olds like to dress like they listen to Korn now, even though like it's all just Chapel Roan. It's a movie that's like market tested to shit to like creates like something. It was a disappointing movie all around, and I found like no moment of joy in it other than the Australian kid looked exactly like JP.
Fuck you. He's fat as hell. And first of all, he's from New Zealand. He's a Kiwi. Fuck you. He's fat as shit. You're a bastard for that. Fuck you. I knew
but
some shit was coming.
Isn't it nice to be like an aspirational fucking like look for that
I
kid?
hate you, motherfucker.
Like if he saw you, he would be like, "Damn, I could like
Goals.
if I glow up right,
Oh,
I could
yeah.
look like JP."
All right, fuck you. I'm not gonna give my opinion on this movie because we're about to talk about it, so I'll leave it. But let's jump into our honorable mentions that would make this list if we had more than 3, 4 for the fellas. Let's take it again, Brian. What's your honorable?
How about I just fire off all the ones I had because we touched on a few of
Yeah,
them.
hit a few. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. All right. I had Back to Black. It was fun to watch, but like an irredeemably bad movie.
Okay.
But I am definitely quoting that shit all the time with Andy. Just like making shit up from it. Roadhouse reboot on Amazon.
Oh my
Very
god,
bad.
that's such a good one.
Such-
Yeah, I've only seen
Such a
that in a
letdown.
bar, like with the sound off. So I don't know if it's that bad, but boy, does it look not good.
Anything
Yeah,
else?
Jake Gyllenhaal fall off is real. Just
no, it's not.
it,
Shout out to them.
I didn't see it in theaters, so I couldn't really put it on the list any higher than an honorable mention, but it was really bad.
I think it went straight to streaming.
Abigail, It was
Abigail, of course.
Abigail, Lisa Frankenstein, and then I had on here the Lawnmower Man from 2024.
Oh,
Not the
wow.
Lawnmower Man you're thinking of. It's a Tubi remake of a. It's an African American couple living in what I believe is Atlanta, but it's like a very low budget film. And the whole premise of the movie is that the woman is kind of having like yellow wallpaper, like a modern woman, like left alone issues, and she's not satisfied. And there's a guy going around the neighborhood mowing lawns in like in a beater and like looking hot, and then she just like has an affair with him.
Hell yeah.
And
Sounds sick so far.
she basically like trying to keep it from her husband. Her husband's dick doesn't work. And then you find out a huge twist is that the husband is paid the Lawnmower Man to have the affair with her so he can
He's
kill
cucking?
her and collect the insurance.
Wow. I mean, that sounds like a good
Crazy
movie
ass
to me.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch that shit. It's on Tubi.
It
Those are my
looks like a
honorable
Tubi
mentions.
movie. It looks like bad porn, basically.
Okay. Tharp, what are your honorables?
Honorable mentions. All right, so this one's a little bit spicy. I had Kinds of Kindness.
You're a pussy.
I did
Shut up.
not
Wow.
like this movie.
You're a pussy.
It
Everyone
was
knows that
literally
about
just
you.
like so pretentious.
Nope.
Nobody spoke normal ass English in this movie.
When do they ever in his movies?
That's a Yorgos movie.
I
though.
liked Poor Things. That was fun. I liked The Lobster.
Movie sick.
I liked Killing of a Sacred Deer made me mad, but I liked it. But I did not like Kinds of
I
Kindness.
wouldn't put it in his
It was
top
very
3.
self-indulgent.
I thought it was great.
Jesse Plemons is kind of interesting, but he's not his Civil War self.
No,
I had The First Omen, which I saw right around the time of Immaculate, Sydney Sweeney, amazing flick. Well, maybe not amazing, really good,
Maybe we'll
solid
make our
flick.
best of.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And The First Omen is just like, I don't know, just trash. It like at the very end, it shoehorns in the First Omen movie, and it's just so not the First Omen, the Omen movie.
The Omen, yeah.
And it's just like it's such like bad fan service, but it kind of falls in that like zone of like most of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, like any of the newer ones.
Yeah.
And it's just so bad.
I heard people in my life like that one.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
that's funny.
hearing. I was
I
gonna
hear
say, I
people
was
like
like, more famous movie podcasts really dig that movie, but they're wrong
Fuck
for
them.
it.
Yeah, fuck any other movie.
Uh,
podcast.
I
And
am
then-
Immaculate Gang though.
Yeah, Immaculate fucking rocks, and not enough
Haven't
people
seen
saw that movie. And then the last one I'll go on is I didn't hate it, but it's definitely not good. Is Megalopolis. You know, it's too
Wow.
fucking long. It doesn't really have any good ideas, and there's a lot of questionable actors in it. But Shia LaBeouf is very entertaining on screen.
I didn't even know he was in that shit. I haven't
And
seen it.
he's really funny. And
Shout out to Shia, dude. We're gonna have him on pod. We're big
mean-
Shia heads, right, guys?
mhm.
Right, boys?
But Adam Driver also great. The in the club moment is just like incredible.
We do like
So-
it. We're Adam Driver heads for sure,
For
right? We can
sure.
all agree on that.
Oh, Adam Driver, I love that actor.
Yeah, okay,
Dry
good.
Baby.
Best part of that movie, John Voight.
What do you think of this boner I got?
This now sounds like the best movie.
You cut that movie down to a 90-minute version, and it fucking rocks.
It's just the look at my boner part only.
Also, just seeing it at 34th Street and then like Madison Square Garden. There's like in the movie gladiator games happening, and I was like, this is what. The
That is
fucking
pretty
world.
sick. You're
This is the
steps
fucking-
away.
This is New York City.
Yeah,
New
this
York
is
life.
New York fucking
this is that
city.
new Rome fucking rocks. It's kind of like it's the world I want to
Dude,
live in.
yeah, the movie's way too entertaining to be on my worst of list.
Yeah, that's
but
what I was like.
there
It's
are
not
parts of it
good,
that are
but
unwatchable.
I had a good time.
I would love it if it was also in your honorable mentions for best of 2024, just to kind of
better
even
put
it
it in
out.
there.
Because like that's
actually,
kind of how I
it's
feel about
going
the
in
movie.
there. It's going in there.
All right, y'all. I'm not doing a list for my honorable mentions. I'm coming at one, motherfucker. This almost
go.
replaced my number one, and I did the right thing by
You're
putting
mad.
the movie that I think everyone would hate. This movie, I think only I hated, so I took it out of my list. We're talking Late Night with the Devil.
You were on
What
your
a
own on this
fucking
one.
stupid ass movie that was. I actually, you know what? I enjoyed it up until about 2/3 of the way through, and it became the dumbest fucking movie ever. All the shit that they fucking sped through when the crescendo happened, it sucked ass. The movie is so fucking stupid. The end of that movie is the worst ending of a movie I've seen in years. It's so bad. And that was like also, that's like probably what pushed me over the edge of why are we seeing these stupid fucking horror movies? It's clearly like Shudder bullshit. It is from Shudder.
Well, no, I mean, it was Shudder.
It is Shudder bullshit.
It's Shudder bullshit, which I cannot fucking stand. I need
there's
story.
there's a lot worse that Shudder could be doing. They're putting out way worse movies.
I fucking hate that movie. That's where
I think Late
ending
Night
on
Night with
this.
the Devil was a great chamber drama. I would much rather sit through that than the fucking Whale.
Yes, facts.
And
I'd watch that literally 100 times more than watch The Whale one more time.
And I thought that the practical effects were good. I think the acting, the guy who was like the
Creepy
host,
looking motherfucker.
yeah,
He's
that
sick
guy
as hell.
fucking rocks. And
Yeah, he is cool.
I think that they tried to tie it up a little too smart there at the end, like everything
Yeah,
was
it's ass.
interconnected and stuff like that. Which that's just a writer getting a little too tight with it. And I think you could have just loosened the reins and made it mysterious, and it would have been better. But I think
So
it's pretty
stupid.
good. I had a fun ride.
Dude, doesn't his eyes become fucking lasers or some shit at one point? It's so fucking dumb.
I have to grade all horror to a certain point on a curve, and like
Yeah.
the last 25% of the movie just can't count towards my esteem of it. Like Heretic, you know what I mean?
It was okay.
That's the most recent version of that where I'm like, if the premise is cool and I'm having a good enough time, I can forgive whatever the fuck happens when they try to land the plane.
Yeah, but they
because
ruined the premise by landing the plane so poorly. I
Yeah.
think. Like it could have gotten so much cooler. They could have just let her be weird in it and had nothing to do with like flashbacks or whatever the fuck they did. It was so
I would have
stupid.
much rather a trope like something happens, everyone gets out, but then like a hand comes out of the gutter or something like that, like one of those kind of like it's not over.
She should just made him zip down his pants and be like, "Look how small his pee-pee is." Everybody, and everyone's like, "Ah!" And that's how the movie ends.
Late night with the guy with the little dick.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right,
Late
y'all.
night with the little devil.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk Y2K, Bryan's favorite movie of the year. We're back, folks. Here we are. The Boys.
What year is it?
It's Party Like It's 19. Hold up, it's 2000.
Oh, what? Oh,
Wait,
shit.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
We're talking about Kyle Mooney's new movie, Y2K. Shout out Kyle fucking Mooney. You boys rock with Kyle Mooney?
Yeah, I was like his YouTube videos, Kyle. Just how do you get the name Kyle on YouTube?
Incredible. I feel like
Love
he
it.
became a YouTuber because he got that.
Just
like,
being
username.
Kyle. I love it.
What's your favorite Kyle YouTube clip?
Well, I mean, I got two. I got the reptile show where he just walks around.
Incredible. Just pretending to say
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, but then also when he talks to the guy at I think the Dodgers game, and he says Namu 209. I don't know why, but I'm walking around and I'm like looking at numbers and stuff. If I see a 209, and I'm just like Namu 209.
Mine is the weed one where he pretends like he smokes weed.
Oh
at the,
yeah,
at
past
the
that
festival.
shit. Yeah,
Pass that shit, dude.
yeah.
Pass that. He's like holding it.
Yeah.
Pass that shit. Genuinely one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. Like by far and away has to be. He might be number one.
He is the one.
He needs to bring that shit back. Just start doing that shit again. Like, we fuck with movies. We're big movies guys. We got a movie podcast after all. But, hit us with some more YouTube clips of just Kyle
He
doing his
did
thing.
go and like prank at the mall and did some like funny shit, and it was like failing a lot because he wasn't good at it. But that was like kind of the thing. So I was like, it was promo for the movie.
Okay, I haven't seen
He
that.
also brought back the 1999 aesthetic for on his YouTube channel. From what I saw, he was like he cut a promo they put on there.
Well, fuck me, I haven't seen any of that. He also did some TikTok collabs with some comedians here that were pretty funny. But yeah, have y'all seen his other movie, Brigsby Bear?
It was a big moment when that one kind of came out. I was like, I feel like it was during COVID. No, it was pre-COVID.
It was many
but
years
I feel like
before
we
that.
had to do. I was like, I don't know if I went to I think I saw it on like pay on demand. Like I think we had to like rent it. Like it wasn't even like an option to
Yeah, I
see
didn't see
it
it
in
in the theater.
I definitely paid for it though. It was like I get the roomies together and
It was
fucking watch
2017.
2017.
That's what it was.
So yeah, I think that we rented it, but we did not see it in theaters.
What'd y'all think of? Did you see it, Brian? Brigsby Bear?
No, this is I'm realizing is probably one of the differences in our perception of this movie is that I'm what you would call a cold audience, whereas you guys are kind of like a
Kyle
warm
Mooney
audience where
Yeah,
you're like
we're
more
Kyle
familiar.
Pills. Yeah.
We're certainly
Yeah,
Kyle Pills.
so
Yeah, I fuck with it. That movie was really good. It reminded me of Blast from the Past. Shout out Brendan Fraser.
Love Brendan Fraser.
Where it's like a dude in a bomb shelter comes out and now the world is real. But this one he's like trying to make a movie about his favorite kid show, which is fucking. I love that movie. It was so good. Brigsby Bear, shout out.
Shit rocks.
But yeah, and then we came into his. I think it's only. It must be. Are we missing one? Did Kyle make any other movies?
You're right.
No, because there
I'm pretty
might be a
sure that's
Lonely
it.
Island movie in there. Oh, no, actually, he's not Lonely Island. I don't know.
I think he only made these two. I didn't realize that he was in Zoolander #2 though. That's pretty funny. But yeah, so Y2K is what we're talking about here, folks. And let me just kick us off. We're gonna go a little quicker on this one. I'm gonna spill the beans on the movie Y2K, directed by Kyle Mooney, starring the Kid Leroy.
The Kid Leroy, starring.
All right,
As
so check it
Soccer
out.
Chris.
These two kids, they're high schoolers, and it's basically super bad. It starts off very super bad-esque. They're just some outcasts. He goes to the movies. His friends are. He like runs into this like cooler group of kids. He wants to talk to them. His fat friend, who doesn't look anything like me, is not invited to the conversation. Boom, boom, boom. There's AIM in this movie. Shout out Dee Dee. He's talking to the chick he likes a lot on AIM in the beginning of the movie, and then boom, he finds out she's going to a party, very super badass, in a like a bodega. They're like, yo, you're going to this party, so am I, blah, blah, blah. Boom, they go to the party. Shit's popping off. It's at Soccer Chris's house. Shout out Soccer Chris. We ride for Soccer Chris, a.k.a. the Kid Leroy, my favorite artist of 20. He's in my #1 Wrapped.
Yeah.
Kid Leroy is my #1 Wrapped, so I was very excited to see him in this movie. And then, yeah, shit, all hell breaks loose. Midnight happens. The movie's premise breaks out. Guess what? Y2K is real. Computers are taking over. Not only are computers shutting down, but they're actually now autonomous and they're going to kill everybody. Yeah. And they build themselves into these like makeshift, like home good electronic robots who are like computer laptops and shit on their head. And that's like the brain.
Yeah.
And then they're all taking over the world. And that's what the movie's about. And they basically fight these robots / get killed by these robots throughout the whole thing. Boom, boom, boom. They need to stop them somehow. Turns out they're going to stop them because the center of the robot takeover happens to be their local high school.
Yeah.
So they're rolling up to fuck them up. Tim Heidecker's in there, a.k.a. Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And Fred Durst pops in with them. At some time along the way, they meet Freddie. Yeah. Freddie Durst is in this movie, and he sings his own fucking song. There's a performance in this, folks. There's a Limp Bizkit performance in this movie at the high school.
It's not his song.
He distracts.
He does a cover.
No, that's his. Fuck him. That's his now. That's Fred Durst's song only. It's not even Limp Bizkit's song even. It's not even their song even. It's just Fred's for this part. So he distracts the robots and they're fucking loving it because that song's sick. And then that gives the hacker, which happens to be this dude's crush, enough time to stop the robots. At the end of the movie, boom.
Here we go.
Spilled. That was fast as fuck. Boy.
That was a pretty fast one. It was a little bit easier than the Wicked one.
Don't fucking. You're always. You know what you're doing? You're always coming at my beans now, dude.
I'm just saying
lately
that
you've been coming for my beans.
It's usually a can of beans, but lately it's been more in that bucket zone.
Dude, he's been coming at my beans. Reviewer. The bucket of beans, dude.
It's a bucket of beans.
Spilling a bucket of beans.
Yeah, it's we're going to the industrial supply warehouse getting beans.
Yeah, you spill the beans and then Tharp reviews the spill. It's sort of like Talking Dead, Talk the Throne situation.
Exactly.
How'd you feel about the synopsis this time? Well, it was a bit long, but he covered it all.
It's always that it's a bit long. And it's just like, the chronological part didn't work out, but we pulled through at the end there.
That was pretty chronological. You know what? But we heard what Bryan thought about this movie. So, Tharp, what did you think? What was your first reaction coming out of the theaters? What was your feeling when you walked out?
Walking into this movie, I had low expectations. The beans had been spilled for me because Jane was going to come to this movie, and then she read that it was 5.5 on the Rotten Tomato or whatever, and I was like,
on the Rotten Tomato.
On the Rotten Tomato. It was a 5.5 on that Roddy. On the Roddy Tomato,
On the tomato.
So I was like, oh man, this is probably not going to be that good. But I thought that the cast and everything that was great. And they actually were great in the movie. I think that everyone was had their moments of being funny.
The kids were funny. The kids were genuinely funny.
I think the problem with this movie was just a terrible script and then just real bad execution. So I walked out definitely conflicted. I laughed, but it was a little bit of a slog, and it was also a perfect amount of time because I didn't want any more, and it was done.
For me,
So-
I felt like walking out of that theater, I laughed a lot. I laughed a ton in that movie. I thought
Yeah.
there were so many good bits. Kyle's character in this movie, bar none, the funniest fucking character that he's done. Like
I mean, it's
doing
kind of
the-
on par though for a lot of his characters. Is like the weed guy.
yeah,
you know?
it's true. But like doing the sticks and then
Yeah.
consistently dropping it every time, hilarious
Yeah.
bit. His laugh, amazing bit.
Yeah.
Fred Durst in this movie, hilarious. He did such a good job. But yeah, the plot didn't really bother me that much because I knew what I was getting into. This is like Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back level plot.
Yeah.
It's like not meant to be for the plot. It's just like a stupid comedy.
Yeah, I thought that it was almost like a Rick and Morty episode, but the problem
That's
is that it was
dig.
like a Rick and Morty episode is tighter written. Like it's like this one was like very just like kind of like and this happens and this happens and it's just like it had great. I would say great. It had setup and payoffs in the jokes, but it didn't really set up the like robots building themselves. I was like,
They looked awesome though. Admit
I
that
really
they looked
needed
really good.
like a stop motion, like shit coming together. So kind of like build. And if the like evil robots got bigger and bigger and like their collected stuff, but it was kind of like, all right, well, we have a Tamagotchi and a drill coming after people and a flamethrower Barbie car. Like, but they were already like fashioned. So it was kind of like,
yeah, you wanted to see one get built.
I needed
I
to
liked
see
that,
it.
though.
It needed to be like a thing. Because it's like, why? How is that blender on that guy's dick? I did enjoy
I did wanna see
watching
how the
that
blender
happen,
got
but I
there.
was like also like a little let down by it. I was like, I need like I want to see how the blender got onto his dick. You know?
You really want to see his dick.
Yeah, that thing looked huge. You know?
For me, like the robots themselves were fucking sick. I loved the design of like having a Tamagotchi head on a drill. That was fucking sick.
Well, but I needed to see it get like come together and like
Come
kind of the
together,
substance kind of shit. Like I want to see something
robot
weird happening.
on
you know?
that guy's dick.
And like the AI version, I liked it. It was like Lawnmower Man, kind of like
Very
like,
Connor O'Malley.
Yeah, yes. So I like that stuff, but it just was all like hodgepodge. And I don't know.
Bryan, did this movie, considering it hit number 1 on your worst list, did it have any redeeming factors that you enjoyed?
Do you guys mind if I ISO out for a bit?
Yeah, shoot.
All right, folks at home, I would say if you press the plus 10 seconds button about like 13 times, it'd probably be good. I'm not in the same place with you guys on like some of these things. I laughed a few times. I thought that when the computer that they kidnap shows like the kid's porn,
Yes.
and that Kyle Mooney goes like yeah, I got a virus like that too. That was funny.
Yeah.
To the Fred Durst point, I thought that he was pretty funny in this. I didn't like that they had a stand-in West Borland.
That wasn't the real
instead
one?
of the actual one.
That
From
was
what
a
I can
stand-in?
tell on IMDb, I'm researching right now. They didn't show his face. West Borland's also like still a musician and stuff like that, and he's kind of like an active like internet personality. Maybe he just didn't want to be
Whoa.
involved. Maybe
Whoa.
I just thought it was kind of weird because it definitely just felt like there was a stand-in. Shout out to West though.
For sure.
It felt like there was a contract issue with Fred Durst being in I Saw the TV Glow, and A24 booked him for 2 movies, and they were like, well, we'll put you in this one as well. It didn't really work for me. It felt kind of like hodgepodged in. The Kyle Mooney character, I think because again, cold audience, I wasn't like the stoner stuff didn't really work for me. And then I just also I was looking too much at the sets and the wardrobes and stuff, and I just kept picking things up, like the bully kid, the kid with the long hair who was in Booksmart.
Yeah.
His twisted shirt looked like it showed up from Amazon like the day of, like they just
Yeah.
ripped it
Yeah.
off and they just threw it on.
There's also,
what's
hate to break your eyes out, but there's also in the very beginning of the movie a relatively new Ford truck, like a pretty new one from Period Piece. It's like that truck
Yeah.
came out like 4 years ago. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
no, it's okay. The Lachlan Walkston character, the girl, like the new metal girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, in 1999, you're not wearing a Slipknot tank and a Fred Durst hat at the same time. They
Absolutely
were beefing.
not.
Yeah, that was one. I was actually
Like-
thinking that. I was like, that doesn't go together. I don't know. But I did like her
Yeah.
character. I thought that she was one of the more interesting characters.
Totally. And I just think that as a whole, this movie had trouble navigating like the cultural sensitivities of today with the things that made 1999 feel authentic. And one of those examples, listen, if you're this kid Eli, you are not burning the edited thong song. And if you are his boy Daniel, you are not censoring yourself when you're dancing and singing at the party, singing
way.
along to Thong Song.
I also
Like,
thought that part was gonna be a dream sequence. I was like, how are these guys a fucking hit at like the cool party? You
Because
guys
that
are
guy
the
rocks.
losers. But
Because
I was
that
like,
guy, who happens to maybe look like somebody I don't
doesn't
think,
look like anyone.
he's very cool, and everyone can see physically that he's cool looking. Anyway, go ahead, Brian.
I thought he was the best part of the movie, and I was
Yeah.
like, I was actively disappointed that they got rid of him 25 minutes in.
They could
I
not
thought that was a
afford
huge
him.
mistake. Yeah, they couldn't afford him. Too talented. And also the Rachel Zegler casting, it did not make any sense. She felt like she was in a different movie. I didn't understand. She had this weird gravity of being like a literal like Disney princess with the rest of this cast of kind of like miscreants who were like all pretty well cast. It didn't work for me in any
She's
level.
a popular girl.
But she's fucking Rachel's. Like they could have cast like anyone else in that role. I didn't buy it. I'm sorry.
What about Alicia
I've said
Silverstone?
my
You thought
piece.
she was good?
she's a great mom.
Yeah. Loved her. Loved seeing Tim Heidecker. And that is what the computer graphics reminded me of whenever they cut to like the computer guy going.
Definitely.
And I just wish that it had kind of found its like tone a little bit better. Because like moments like that, I was like, oh, if this was like a fucked up weird Tim and Eric segment, if it was a little more campy, like in times, I think that it would have worked a little better. But there's a lot of mixed things. It felt some of the scene, like the Blockbuster VHS set looked like really empty and weird. I was
The champagne room?
brought out of the
Yeah.
movie. I was brought out of the movie by so many things. And
Yeah.
it just like, I don't know. Wish I'd liked it more.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of things were like good ideas on paper, but then like the execution just wasn't there. Like, cause like the horror stuff, this movie was meant to be, black comedy and stuff like that. They could have like, I don't know, done it up a little bit more. It just
Black
felt like,
comedy, dude. This Martin Lawrence ain't in this shit, dude.
oh my God.
I didn't
So
see
this
Eddie
is
Murphy. I didn't
what?
see Eddie Murphy in this one.
This
Kaboom.
feels like like an SNL skit that lasts for 90 minutes. So
Nah, I'm not with that. Is this kid the big guy? Is he from the Taika Waititi movie? With
yeah,
like,
he's
what's that
with
movie
Sam
called?
Neill.
fuck is that movie
What is
called?
that movie called?
That's him though, right?
Yeah, it is him.
His mom was hot as hell though, dude. What's up, lady? She was so
She's
hot.
doing
Yeah.
the gym, not gymnastics. what do you call
Shockingly
that?
hot mom for that kid. I can't believe you put this in your number one slot for worst movie. It's pretty damn good and funny. Like it's just a stupid comedy. I didn't expect much out of it. This is a in terms of dumb comedies, a banger, dude. This is a banger. This is a banger in terms of being a silly boy, dude. This is number one silly boy movie. It could have done 90s better, I agree. 99 was such a culturally rich year for the white boys, dude. This could have been way better in terms of like the references. So they definitely dropped the ball on like the costumes. Our costumes right now are fire.
Yeah.
First of all, shout out to
We
us.
put about as much effort as the wardrobe person put into.
Yeah, honestly,
the
we
costumes
got
element.
better shit than they did.
We
because
probably ran into them in Bacon's closet for,
Yeah, actually, yeah.
for the sequel.
they actually were at Beacon's Club.
This might be from that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I thought this was pretty damn good. Y'all are crazy.
I don't know, man. I
laughed,
again,
but that was about it. Didn't love it.
I can be like the context of this movie. I was not sold on the trailer. I had some friends see it over the weekend. I didn't see it with them because I was busy.
You saw
but I
this
was also
alone,
like,
so you were just stewing by
No,
yourself.
no, I saw it with Andy, but basically like I had gotten, I was watching Rebel Ridge with the boys last weekend, and they were like making plans to see this, and I was like, I'm tied up, I can't do it this weekend, but basically I was like, go ahead. Like I can tell that this isn't for me.
Yeah.
And I got a report back from them that they were like, listen, man, you were right.
What
The
fucking haters?
chatter
Are you
in the
talking about
chat.
Russo?
I'm
You're
not
saying
going
Russo
to
didn't
I'm not
like
going
this
to name my
movie?
sources. I'm not going
Is
to name my
Russo the one who
sources.
told you the fat kid looks like me? Because I'll come out
No one
swinging
did.
on his dumb ass.
Dude,
Shout out Champion.
okay,
Actually,
pause.
don't shout out
You guys saw
Champion,
this
never
movie
mind.
together?
Yeah, it was sick. The
Yeah.
boys saw it together
Yeah,
for sure.
there were laughs.
When he showed up on screen, you didn't like look at each other. There was no like.
dickhead, he's super fat. Go ahead. It's a smirk on your face. No, we didn't
He
do
is-
that. Did you do that with Danny?
I went like this.
This? Like,
Look into the camera, Tharp.
you guys are fucked up, dude.
Again,
Shut up. I
I-
fucking hate you, dude.
Dude, it's all the face. His little mustache. I think you're.
mustache.
I didn't say it wasn't sick,
Okay, good. It's not little though. It's normal sized. Say
Number
that.
side.
but
Say
like
that I have a
you don't
normal
have like
sized mustache real quick.
I think it's a stylistically reserved, like drawn back mustache. Big
That's
mustache.
true.
You don't look like the fucking Lorax.
Yeah, but you do,
Like-
bitch. That's who you look like, bitch. You look like the Lorax, bitch. Fuck you, Lorax, you dumbass.
Wow.
That's
I
crazy
think you're an
as hell.
aspirational figure for this kid. He is way too fat to be JP, but
Dude,
like,
I'm fucking svelte.
I didn't say you weren't, bro.
The pause, by the way, folks, that pause was only because of delay. That was only
Yeah.
There's a
that was
delay. There's a delay.
All right,
I
fuck
think
it.
that he was the best part of the movie. So I
He
think that you
was
should
the
take that
best
as a
part of the
compliment.
movie.
He was very funny. He was
They
very
underplayed
funny.
him.
Yeah, why did they kill him so?
No, I
Honestly, it
think
was surprising. I was surprised.
You know,
Dude, it sucked.
Yeah, stupid.
also, this movie being an A24 movie was kind of a letdown because I was like, maybe because it's A24, there's something here I'm not seeing in the trailer, and
Nope.
I feel like they were kind of just like, it's gonna cost too much to fix this movie, and like they ran the numbers and they're just like, this is the maximum amount we can make off of this movie.
No, I thought the set design was fun. I loved the fucking champagne room. You're crazy. Opening up the poster and pulling out the bowl from behind it. That's funny as hell.
The switching
Honestly,
shoes was so strange.
dude, the switching shoes.
It's like his
Why?
nicer.
Yeah, I gotta get my
Literally,
house
what was
birds.
that for?
They're like less worn in. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. Y'all are crazy. I thought this was like a silly good boy movie for the boys. Silly good boy movie for the boys.
I mean, give this one a week to marinate because right now, like I was like trying to think of parts that I really liked, and I was like them saying Fred Durst,
Dude, yeah, consistently saying his name. Hilarious bit.
Yeah, it's good.
Soccer Chris. Saying Soccer Chris like 20 times and then him getting pissed about it and saying it's just Chris.
yeah, them riding down the hill in a porta potty, getting like sloshed. It's better.
Yeah, it's meant to be like the romantic scene.
Yeah, but it's better. It's
I
better
thought
done
that
in
should have
Jackass.
been way more like gross. Like
Yeah,
I
no,
think
more
they
shit.
toned down
Honestly,
bits of
like
that.
I was like this.
Yeah, I'm into
this
shit.
scene was going too long, and I was like, it didn't like. I don't know.
I
they-
wanted more shit in the
yeah,
kiss.
I wanted 30% more shit.
Wasn't
Yeah,
enough
more
shit.
shitty
Worst
kids.
movie of the year.
Yeah.
More shit and it would have been. What if
Yeah.
there was like 15 to 20% more shit? Would it have bumped it to number 2?
I do think if they leaned into some of the like the campiness that it was like on the verge of, and just like the guy's dick in a blender was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
solid bit.
but they like
It's an imbalanced movie. They do that stuff, and then there's like 15 minutes of them walking through the woods, and like it just feels like nothing's happening. The conscious rapper kid, that didn't work for me at all.
Oh, I
kid that looked like he
liked
was the kid
him.
from
I
the
liked him.
In-Between-
Yeah.
Didn't he seem like he was the guy from the In-Betweeners? But obviously he's too old by now to be that character. But
I don't know what that is.
Shout
You
out
can
to
say
the-
he looks like
shout
me though.
he looks like
Yeah.
your dumbass, dude. Lorax ass bitch. No, I loved the fucking. But he didn't even mention Immortal Technique. Immortal Technique was in 1999, right?
I
Dude,
don't know.
imagine you
Might
start
be
talking
early.
about Dance with the Devil.
drop,
Dance with the
dude.
Devil. I
Yes,
don't
dude.
remember listening to that till I had an iPod. I think, and that was
Dance
like
with the Devil.
2002 kind of thing.
Immortal Technique.
I
When did
definitely
this
don't
drop?
remember listening to that shit in '99.
2001.
Yeah, it was later.
He would have loved it. Rest in peace to that kid. He would have loved
yeah,
Dance
he
with
would
the
have
Devil by
loved
Immortal
Dance
Technique.
with the Devil.
He
You
would
know
have
what
loved
did
that
drop
shit.
in 1999?
The album dropped in 1999. Oh,
You know
know
what did drop in 1999?
What?
Opposite of December.
Oh,
really?
dude. That girl with
Whoa.
Slipknot jacket or shirt would have loved fucking Poison the
Yeah.
Well.
Carry me away. on
Dropped
Concrete
December
Pillars.
14th, 1999. This shit is 2 weeks old when they're
They
going
should have
into
been
this party.
bumping that fucking record.
Yeah,
Dude,
They sh-
amazing.
they're just
Imagine.
walking around just like screaming.
Nerdy. No, is Nerdy on Opposite of December or is it Tear from the Red?
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's on that one.
Anyway, fucking, we love Poison the Well on this pod. We can definitely lock that in.
Yeah,
All right, boys. I feel like we did it. We did the movie.
we done did it.
We done did it. Y2K. I would say go see it. Don't listen to them.
I would say skip it. There are plenty of bad movies like Chopping Mall and things like that. You can see the same shit.
No, you can't. Kyle Moody's not in there doing a chuckle. I'm talking
Oh,
about
just
soccer
watch
cra-
the Reptile.
Is the Kid Leroy in
watch
those
the
other movies?
Reptile show on the Kyle channel, and it's way
Actually,
better.
yeah, start there.
Yeah.
Start there. We need to send that to
I
Bryan.
was like, yeah,
Apparently
do
hasn't seen it.
not go into this movie without like layers of Kyle.
Yeah, we need to get him Kyle pilled.
episode, like follow-up episode breakthrough, Bryan was wrong. Just completely changes
well,
my
when we
brain
talk about the
chemistry.
best movies of the year, they're gonna be like, you know
Yep.
what?
Oh yeah, true.
Y2K. Best movie of the
And
year.
folks-
Now that I've seen Namu Namu 209.
Yeah, he's a big Namu Namu 209 guy. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
Be on
sticking
the
with
lookout
us.
for best movies coming soon.
Coming soon.
Best Movies 2024. Maybe our next step because it's the 11th.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or it's whatever date this is coming out. We'll see. All right, folks. Thanks for sticking around. Peace.